Hello and welcome to 70 Years, 70 Muppets, a Muppet fan podcast presented by Tuffix.com. This is a podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with 70 straight weeks of spotlights on our favourite Muppet characters, from the most popular to the most obscure. I am this week's host, Jarrod Fairclough, and the Muppet of the Week is Polly Lobster, performed by Kevin Clash and built by Rolly Crustacean, making his world debut in 1996. My guest today is a long-time Tough Pigs writer and Polly Lobster enthusiast, going by the giant tramp stamp tattoo he has. He also did me a solid and stepped in when I couldn't get Tim Curry on the show, and yes, I really did try. How's his Nigel Thornberry impression? Let's find out. It's Matthew Soberman. Hello, Matthew.
Smashing.
Oh, smashing, Marion. How are you, my friend? Thank you very much for being here.
I'm very happy to be Tim Curry's understudy.
If you could, that would be great. You look great in the Frankenfurter fishnets too, may I add.
Well, it's not easy having a good time.
So we're here to talk about Polly Lobster. Although, look, we are recording this obviously before the reveal of the week being Polly Lobster. On the list Disney gave us, he's listed as Polly Lobster, but Muppet Wiki has him as Bad Polly. Mm-hmm. What do you think we should be calling him, Matthew?
I've always called him Polly Lobster. I mean, just looking at Polly, you can tell he's kind of a lobster. Bad is probably less inherent by appearances.
Yeah.
But I lean towards Polly Lobster. That's how I've always
that's what I assumed his name was. And then I've looked at it as Bad Polly. I'm like, has he been called Bad Polly? Like, granted, I haven't watched Muppet Treasure Island for this. I have watched a bunch of Muppets tonight, but we'll get to that a little later.
I suppose that would be in the credits of Muppet Treasure Island.
Well, would be.
That would probably be the deciding factor. Not to give anything away, they may have switched it to Polly Lobster to accommodate his later appearances, where he may not be quite as bad.
Quite possibly. I'll be honest, I didn't listen to the Moving Right Along episodes about the credits. Not as yet. I probably should have, and it's probably answered in there, so I do apologize if we're just going over old stuff.
That's okay, because we're not sure if Ryan or Anthony will listen to this podcast, so, they may be none the wiser.
Exactly right. Can you do your best Anthony impression? And does it sound a little bit like your Tim Curry?
Well, I mean, I can certainly try.
Give it a red hot go.
Guys, I do not care about Disney parks.
Smashing. That was wonderful. So we're talking Polly Lobster. Of course, Polly made his debut as Long John Silver's pet, I guess, in Muppet Treasure Island. Polly obviously being the stereotypical name for a parrot. I did some Googling today. In the book, Long John's parrot is actually named Captain Flint.
Yes, I believe named after the captain who buried the treasure they're pursuing. Am I right?
Yes, correct. So they think it's like almost like mocking Captain Flint. Like,
that sounds about right.
Now I've got a parrot that's going to sit there. The description of the parrot I haven't got here, but it is quite full on. This parrot has apparently seen some stuff in its 200 years. Apparently, this parrot's been around.
Wow.
I don't know how long parrots live. I didn't Google that. Let me Google it now. How long do parrots live? Okay, well, they live 60 years, so someone's lying to us.
I blame Michael Palin. He just told me it's resting.
Well done. You win. So let's talk about Polly in Muppet Treasure Island. And I ask you a simple question. Do you think Polly is more villainous than Long John Silver?
I think you kind of have to have that balance. There's the serious evil, like, for the most part, Long John does not lean into the silliness of the character, whereas Polly offers that mean but also comical take on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, there's almost a... The way I sort of think about it is Long John is villainous, but he's not evil. Whereas Polly and like Clueless Morgan, or maybe not Clueless Morgan because he's an idiot, but Mad Monty, they are kind of evilly villainous because like you look at,
but
yes,
also
Long John,
they're not quite as threatening.
No, correct.
They lean more into the comedy of the part.
Yeah, for sure. But like the reason I think he might be more villainous is because like yes, Long John Silver does attempt to kill Mr. Arrow by sending him out in open water. Like he's not actually the one killing him, but he's like, I'm sending you to your death. Whereas you've got Polly, Clueless, and Mad Monty, like they're straight up torturing Gonzo and Rizzo, and they are fully planning to kill them.
I mean, to be fair, are they really torturing Gonzo if he's super into it?
Yeah, true. They're giving it a red hot go, but look, that says more about Gonzo's private life than we need to discuss in this episode.
That is a subject for another week.
Yes, and Dib's not hosting that week because I don't want to get into that whole thing. But yeah, sort of Polly is more he gets joy from people suffering, whereas I don't think someone like Long John does. Like he has the line during Sailing for Adventure where he says, "I love to see them cry when they walk the plank."
I mean, but at the same time, Clueless Morgan says he slits people's throats. And, I mean, obviously, in the context of the film, we have no reason not to believe them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
yeah, look...
I don't know. I don't necessarily see them quite as ominous as Long John. I think it's the difference between having a human actor versus having Muppets as your villains.
Right. Whereas I think they sort of Long John's the ideas man. These guys are just the muscle. They're the they're almost reactionary. We'll deal with what we need to deal with now. Long John, you think about the long term.
Yeah, Long John's the man with the plan.
They called him Long Term John Silver.
Yes, absolutely.
I really had to think about that joke before I said it. It was not worth it. But so Polly was big in Muppet Treasure Island. He gets how does he get done in the end? Does he get beaten up by someone in the end? I'm trying to remember how he gets his comeuppance.
I think he must. Admittedly, I did not watch Muppet Treasure Island prior to...
No, does he get punched by Sam?
That might be it.
Yeah,
I was thinking it was the Gonzo with the Sea Stars, but no, that's Jacques Roach.
Yes, who has his own week coming. No, I don't know if he has his own week coming. Can neither confirm nor deny.
Don't get mad at us, Disney.
Yeah, sorry, Frank. He gets his comeuppance there, and then we see Polly again in Muppets Tonight.
Yes.
Now, Muppets Tonight, there was a segment which was called At the Bar. It's on Muppet Wiki as just Mr. Callahan.
Yes. Well, actually, it's listed... I mean, the article is titled Mr. Callahan, but they also refer to it as At the Bar in the page Muppets... UK Spots Muppets Tonight.
Right, yeah. So, this was a UK spot that was just a minute and 20 seconds, all one single shot of Polly and Clueless Morgan running a bar, because why not? And it was the same shtick. It was a minute 20, and it was beat by beat the same joke.
Look, it is very formulaic, but at the same time, it is sort of a condensed version of the Muppets, like the Muppet formula, if you can. Quick jokes, visual gags, cartoon violence, musical number,
get out. So for those who haven't seen it, there are a couple of compilations online. Matthew and I watched the compilation ourselves today before we did this.
Yes, I believe it was every one of the spots.
Yes, so I think there's 7 of them.
A grand total of just under 11 minutes.
Yes. So there were, the 7 segments had always started the same, which was Polly Lobster singing Do You Think I'm Sexy by Rod Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they picked that song. I don't know why they picked that song to be the same song in 7 episodes.
I mean, if you're paying for the rights, I mean, bulk orders will always save you money.
Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about it that way. It was that. Then Mr. Callahan would walk in. Mr. Callahan was a monster with beautiful red fingernails. And he never spoke, but he would ask for a drink, and Polly would go, well, I've made you this. And it was always just some dumb little gag.
Yep.
The Sergio surprise was one of them. The surprise was that a little monster popped out, and that was Sergio, and that's the surprise. Waka waka, them's the jokes, folks.
They're the hot toddy with a little too much pepper, I think, or...
Yes. Yeah, there were a lot of little explosions in that thing. Then Clueless would come out, compliment Mr. Callahan, and then they would sing a song.
Mm-hmm. And again, usually
jokes,
some
folks.
fate would befall them afterwards.
Yeah, so I know they got smacked in the face with a frying pan. There was a cricket bat involved at some point. I guess where my question is, for you, Matthew, is having, obviously being so familiar with Muppet Treasure Island and then having watched this, just under 11 minutes today, well, firstly, because Polly's not a villain in these Mr. Callahan sketches. He is just a bartender, and he's laughing at Clueless's silly jokes, and he's having a wonderful time. So, is he an actor in Muppet Treasure Island playing a villain? Is this the same as Kermit playing Captain Smollett?
I like to think it is. I think that, bringing it out of Muppet Treasure Island. If it had just been Muppet Treasure Island, then yes, absolutely, Polly's a villain. But when you bring him into something else in a completely different context, it leads me to believe, oh, Polly's a performer, just like the rest of the Muppets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the sort of... But it's funny, and I guess leads into the next question, which Polly works better? Because, to my mind, I'm being so familiar with Muppet Treasure Island. To me, Polly Lobster is a villain. Polly
I see that.
Because I'm so much more familiar with that than I am these, Mr. Callahan
I'm
sketches.
sure he gets more screen time in more than 11 minutes of screen time. Not that Muppet Treasure Island's a terribly long movie.
No. But, yeah, for me, I guess I just, when I saw... Polly on the list of Muppets for this 70 thing, I jumped at him because I was excited to talk about a villain. And then I realized that, well, is he a villain? Because he's only a villain in one thing, but not in the other thing. And for me, I think evil Polly works better than fun, jovial bartender Polly. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think the villain Polly gets more to do, which I think leads into that argument.
Yeah. I also think
that is a tough one. I mean, what is Polly Lobster?
Well, I think as well, and I mean, there's plenty of actors that have said this over the years, villains are always the more interesting character. Because there's so much more, I guess, depth to them. Not that there's a lot of depth to Polly Lobster in Muppet Treasure Island. He's just Lobster who likes to see people cry when they walk the plank.
Yeah, I mean, the depth is with Long John.
Yes, correct. And so, I think having, I guess, Tim Curry and Long John to play off in Muppet Treasure Island, he's got a little bit more to do. It's not just that one-note joke that we're seeing in Muppets Tonight over and over again.
Yes.
So... I would sort of make the argument, I should say, he is a villain. I think he is better as a villain than he is as a normal character. You look at someone like Constantine. Constantine has popped up in one or two tiny little things since Muppets.
But he's always played the villain.
But But even like I'm thinking of I think it's at Pentatonics where he turns up at Christmas time.
Yeah, but he steals Christmas. Like
But he
he
steals.
is.
Yeah, but even then, he's sort of like not quite as villainous. I don't know. Granted, I've brought up this argument. I haven't watched that since it came out, so I'm probably losing my point a little bit. But I sort of go, to me, like a Muppet villain is a lot more interesting than whatever the Mr. Callahan sketches were.
Yeah, I mean, it's also because, I mean, aside from a few scant appearances, like promo appearances or stuff related to these two titles, we don't see Polly in any other capacity. Like Bobo, you know, on the one hand, yes, he is K. Edgar Singer's henchman in Muppets from Space, but he's also the security bear. He's on Muppets 15. Like he's done other stuff, so you don't really think of him as a villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's the fact that Polly has so little that it really is enigmatic. I suppose Polly is whatever you want him to be. If you see the Mr. Callahan sketches as the definitive Polly, then he's not. Then he's an actor. If you think of Muppet Treasure Island as the definitive Polly, he's the villain.
So then, in your eyes, which is the definitive Polly?
I think it's the Mr. Callahan version. I think
interesting.
I know. I mean, he does get more screen time and arguably the more memorable performance in Treasure Island, but at the same time, it's like trying to apply the moniker of actor to the Muppets, where Kermit is Kermit's only playing Captain Smollett. When he goes off and does other things, he's Kermit. We don't question that. So if you go on that, like the Muppets Tonight being the pure form of these characters as performers trying to put on a show, then that's where Polly lies.
That's how I argument. See it. Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think you make a lot of very good points. Yeah, for me though, I think the Polly being the villainous Polly being the one I'm most familiar with. For me, I go, well, like that's the Polly. Like, and I almost expect him to be villainous when I watch these Mr. Callahan sketches. I actually watched the first one, and he's laughing at Clueless getting things thrown at him, and I was like, oh, okay, so he is still getting enjoyment in people's pain. That doesn't happen for the next 6 sketches. No. So I'm sitting there expecting, waiting for it.
The frying pan one. What?
The frying pan one, yeah, but then he also is getting hit with it, and then it becomes a whole.
Yeah, but I mean, he gets his comeuppance.
Yes, correct. Well, interesting. That was some very good arguments, very well made. Well, my next question then for you, Matthew, is about. Okay. I'm gonna kick you out if I can, Matthew. This is unexpected. Tim Curry is actually going to join me. I've just had an email and they've said, he's going to join. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you very much. But get out, basically.
All right. Good luck. Say hi to Tim for me.
Oh, thanks. Hello, Tim Curry. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Yes, this is Tim Curry, star of such films as It and Clue.
Some of your finest work, and may I say what a fan I am of you as Nigel Thornberry, sir.
Smashing.
Thank you very much. It's so exciting to have you here.
I mean, when I heard it was Poly Lobster Week, I dropped everything. Obviously, slowly. Because I missed most of this recording, but I had to be involved.
I appreciate it. Look, we're talking about Polly Lobster, and obviously that ties into your role in Muppet Treasure Island. How did that role come to you?
Well, you see, it all started on the set of Clue, and basically Leslie Ann Warren and Madeline Connor saying, you gotta work with the Muppets. You have to work with the Muppets. And Madeline Kahn specifically saying, it's got to be a movie. I mean, the show is over. You got to do a Muppet movie. And I said, okay, maybe, right now I'm very busy, but maybe in like 11 years, I'll, if the Muppets are doing a movie, sure. I don't care. I'll play anything.
That's great. Absolutely. I have heard that from a lot of actors over the years that they're planning on working with the Muppets in 11 years.
Yes, exactly. Man, 11 years from now is going to be crazy.
Oh my God, it's going to be insane. I'm just sorry. You've just turned around. I'm noticing you've got a Polly Lobster tramp stamp.
Well, if you get them at a bulk discount, you save money.
Yeah. Sorry, it's the same one that my previous guest, Matthew Soberman, had. And I'm just starting to... Sorry, you've got a little bit of that. Something... Are you wearing a mask? Can you just... What is that?
Oh, that's my my trademark mustache. No.
Matthew?
What? No.
I'm you kidding me? Honestly, Matthew, I'm so disappointed in you.
Does this mean I still get the $10?
Speak to Ryan, he deals with the cash. 70 Years, 70 Muppets is a Muppet Fan podcast presented by toughpigs.com. Hosted by a whole myriad of people and edited by them as well. Produced by Jarrod Fairclough. The Muppets 70 logo used with permission by the Muppet Studio with thanks to Danny Iglesias, Frank Reif Snyder and Lee Slaughter. Don't forget to follow toughpigs.com on all social media platforms. You can support us by heading to patreon.com/toughpigs or buying a t-shirt at tpublic.com/toughpigs.